Welcome, everyone, to the L7C Podcast WWE edition. Today, we are going to be talking about the Royal Rumble that just happened yesterday. We're recording on 128. The Royal Rumble happened on 127. So first, we got the wrestling expert, Mr. Jacob Mason. How are you doing today, sir?
Yeah, I am doing fantastic. I've been up for a whopping 3 minutes, but I am here. I'm ready to have this podcast. I'm very excited for this stuff.
We got the captain, Byron Mitchell. How are you doing today, sir?
Doing great. It was a fun Royal Rumble last night, and I'm excited to talk about it.
And making his debut on the wrestling podcast, never been on one. We got an L7C founder, the anime expert, and the new L7C Pick'em champ, Cedric. Where?
Yeah, what's up? How's it going?
What's going on? Yeah, this is your first wrestling podcast, right?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
This is going to be so much fun. We're going to talk about the Rumble a lot, but we are going to start off with some crazy things that happened before the Rumble. So if you guys have been listening to the L7C podcast for the past almost now 4 years going, we've chronicled a lot of cool, crazy shit. Vince McMahon. So 6/22/2022, Vince McMahon randomly stepped away. Stephanie took over. The next month, he just went away. He retired from WWE because of the allegations of him basically sleeping with a whole bunch of people in the back, staffers and all of that. And all these episodes, I'm going to link them to the description so we don't have to go over all of them. But then literally a couple months later, on 1/13/2023, we had an episode about Vince McMahon using his power to say, F the board of directors, I'm coming back, and I'm going to try and sell WWE. We talked about that on 1/13, and just again, all these dates are when these episodes came out. And then on 4/8/2023, WWE sold to Endeavor. So Vince has had coup d'etats. He stepped down because he was using company funds to pay for his sexual exploits. He was given paralegals who made $50,000 normally. He was giving them an extra $50,000 and asking the board to approve it. And then he was just like, well, I'm the head chief, so I'm going to do this. We're going to sell to Endeavor. Fast forward to today, 1/28/2024. Before this day, it came out that Vince was getting sued for sexual assault and trafficking in a brand new lawsuit. So all these other lawsuits he's had before, this was a brand new one. And this, before we go into it, Jacob, what were your thoughts when the lawsuit came out?
All right, so my official thoughts, anytime, and I'm very clear about this, and I have always stood on this. Anytime there's always allegations or something that comes out, I'm always Mr. Let's wait until innocent until proven guilty. Because we've seen one too many people have claims of them doing something, and in a court of public opinion, they are automatically guilty, and their whole reputation is absolutely destroyed. And it turns out they're innocent, and it doesn't matter. So that's always my first thought. That being said, I'm like, that's Vince McMahon. He's had one too many allegations put on him. Guy probably did it.
Okay. Byron, what were your thoughts, man?
Like when I first saw the tweet that you sent, our group chat, I was like, oh, Vince McMahon, just another inappropriate, NDA from like years ago. But it was like 2021, 2020. And then when I read the text messages he sent, I was like, oh, you are one sick bastard. Also, the man tweets texts like he's 15, which is wild when he's like 50. So I'm pushing
He's
like 70.
70.
Yeah. But it's wild. I thought we were done with it after last year, but apparently we're not. And then it just makes me wonder, like, how many others are like going to come forward after this.
Well, she came through. The reason this is so funny, the reason this all came to be is because back in the original hush money thing that Vince, the NDAs and all that, she got $1 million as hush money. And then there was a part he was supposed to pay her $3 million that Vince never paid her. So once Vince never paid her, she said, "All right, fuck it," and here we are.
Vince, you didn't pay the hush money?
The $3 million.
I know you got it too.
Oh, he definitely has it.
Cedric, man, what do you think? Like, just hearing this stuff of like, if Vince would have paid this $3 million, none of this would have ever. This story wouldn't come out. He wouldn't have a lawsuit. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
And this dude is wild. And do you know, like, when you mentioned the lawsuit, do you know, honestly, what all you have to do to get a lawsuit for trafficking? Like human trafficking? Like, do you know how many women and how much is involved with all that type of conduct to get a lawsuit for that? This man, oh god damn. It's not even over. I know there's more. This man's like fucking. He's a wrestling world R. Kelly right now. This thing's about to come out, and people coming out of the wazoo everywhere. Like, it's gonna be wild. This dude, like, I guarantee you, there's gonna be, man, this shit.
It's crazy because he's been paying this girl stuff like 2019. He got her medical cosmetic services, tickets to exclusive events,
Damn.
Nordstrom gift cards, like up to 15,000, which I don't know why you need 15,000 to spend in Nordstrom, but all right. Some fancy chocolates. 2021, he helped with her surgery, upscale jewelry, designer clothing, accessories, flowers. 2022, luxury car, spa gift certificate, private chef catered dinners, more jewelry, unique tea set from Saudi Arabia. Like, this is the type of stuff that Ms. Janelle Grant was getting.
Mm.
I don't know if she's married. She was in WWE. I mean, this is all this because of $3 million, and she didn't just name him. She named John Laurinaitis in here too. If people remember, he was the second husband to Nikki and Bree's mom. So, and yeah, the texts are wild. We're not going to go over some of the crazy stuff that they were saying on there, but there were some crazy fetishes, to each their own, whatever. But then they're basically, she's claiming they were using her to keep a former UFC champion on the roster. And everyone went to one person's name, and that is Brock Lesnar. And we're just like, oh boy, this is getting messy.
I was shocked. Like, again, she didn't name Brock, but if it is Brock, I was shocked. Like, there's a reason you came back to WWE in 2019 because of these allegations. Then I thought it was Sable and like his kids. I'm like, ooh, if this is true, that is gonna be one big mess.
Jacob?
Yeah, it's wild. I mean,
Oh man.
man, it's so hard for me to like I said, I'm Mr. fucking innocent until proven guilty. But god damn. Vinnie Mac just had to be a cheapskate and couldn't pay out $3 million.
After you had to pay $12 million in hush money from the last lawsuit, and you had to pay $19 million back to WWE for using their funds to pay these women more, the women that you were forcing to give you blowjobs. So what are we doing here?
Hey, he'll settle.
Well,
oh yeah, that's okay. See, yeah, he ain't going to no jail. Like,
He ain't trying to go to court. They ain't trying to air that out.
Because then Ms. Grant gonna get aired out too, because they're gonna be like, wait, were you? And then her husband gonna be like, oh wait, this is why we've been getting this new stuff. You've been doing this. Like, what if she got kids? See, that's like.
I mean, I guarantee you, your husband's probably sitting there just like, yo, so like, what the hell is all this shit that you telling everybody about? You ain't tell me nothing.
Oh my god! But and it's crazy too, because anytime WWE makes a major thing, Vince want to do some stupid shit. Because before that, WWE announced a 10-year, $5 billion deal with Netflix that's going to start in 2025. You're going to watch Monday Night Raw live on Netflix, starting in 2025. This is really a first of like professional entertainment, all that stuff, like the wrestling world. Like $500 million a year from Netflix for 10 years for Raw. So, and then and then this comes out the day after.
Oh, don't we also have to include, The Rock is now the head of the board.
He's
Or
on the board. He ain't the head.
on the board.
He's on the board. He came on that board. Yep, you're right. This all happened in a span of 3 days.
Yeah, and somehow it's kind of funny because Matt, like, record-breaking Netflix deal.
Mm-hmm.
The Rock. And this girl's like, all right, or Vinnie Mac's like, I'm not getting enough attention. Like, goddamn.
You just can't make this up. But like Rock coming on the board, which is because then he also got he already had the trademark, but I guess he didn't have 100% of it. But now he has 100% of the Rock, so that's something. And it's kind of funny too how all this happened. Rock was doing that stuff, so then as soon as you see him on First Take, and then as soon as the Rock gets announced, his daughter becomes the youngest GM ever on NXT, and then her daughter's on SmackDown on Friday. You're like, oh yeah, Rock's on the board. Like Rock's on the board, and I was just like, and she's only 22 as a GM of the show. Like, but yeah, Jacob, you're right. All this good news, and then this Vince stuff happens. Then they asked the people at the media thing post Royal Rumble about Vince, and they're in Triple H is just like, we're just gonna all this record stuff. We're trying to keep positive right now. And like we found out in real time, Tony Khan was signing autographs when he got the text. Not Tony Khan, Nick Khan, I'm sorry. But I wonder where Tony Khan was during all this. But
I was waiting for the fucking tweets.
But nah, man, it's crazy. He paid the $12 million in hush money to the 4. Now he didn't pay the 3 to this. And like Cedric said, they're gonna go to Discovery. Like they're not gonna want any of this. So we'll be monitoring it because that's what we do here. For the L7C. But now to go to some fun stuff. Royal Rumble happened just last night. 4 things: 2 men-women's Royal Rumble matches, and then the U.S. and Roman title match. So we're going to talk about those 2 title matches first, then we'll do the Rumbles. I know it's out of order of how it went. Logan Paul, Kevin Owens for United States Championship. We all picked Logan to win. I don't think we did not get the way right he was going to win, though, because there were shenanigans, Jacob.
There were shenanigans.
I never saw a ref ever be so like self-aware, like, oh, Kevin Owens, you have those brass knuckles on, you lose. I've never seen a ref that self-aware.
Right. Yeah.
But I mean, we expected Logan. Do you think there's a part 2 of this, or do you think this is just a one-off?
I could see it going like a part 2 and then it being done.
Okay. Byron, how about yourself?
Yeah, I definitely see there being a part 2 since Logan won by disqualification, not hitting or making Kevin Owens tap. So I definitely see maybe a part 2 in an Elimination Chamber next month.
Cedric, would you want to see a part 2 between these 2?
I would love to see a part 2 between these 2. Like you guys said in your last episode, they need as many good matchups for Elimination Chamber since it's going to be out of the country.
And
this is one that I think a legitimate match where there's no disqualification type of situation, I think would be honestly great TV. So
perfect. Fatal 4-way: Roman, Randy, AJ, LA Knight. We all had Roman winning. Randy Orton still looked great, man. The RKOs looked fantastic. Randy Orton seething that he lost in the back, like on there, that was great. Jacob, man, we got it wrong. We thought LA Knight was taking it. Was AJ who took the pin.
Right. Yeah. I was shocked on that one. Didn't see that one coming. I'm glad you talked about it. Randy's fucking RKOs were goddamn on point last night. God damn, they were fucking good. Yeah, I would have never guessed AJ taking the fucking pin. That one.
And then Cedric, Byron, we were watching, and then we saw like Randy seething. Like Cedric, you said you're like, hey, this ain't over.
Oh yeah. No, that man's coming. That man's coming back with vengeance. It's going to be fantastic. I honestly love this angry Randy Orton.
Yes.
It's just amazing. Like you say the wrong thing to him in an interview, you're catching an RKO. You say the wrong thing, you may get punk kicked. Like it's fucking fantastic. So like you never know what can happen. especially Solo. Poor Solo, man. Like Solo Sikoa came in there. It was a fatal fucking. There's like a 2v1v1v1 anytime he's around. But knowing that they'll probably have Jimmy take some of these punk kicks because so they ain't gonna make Solo take that shit.
Byron, no one can beat Roman as long as Solo is there.
You literally have to take Solo and Jimmy out if you want to beat Roman Reigns, because that danger zone where Roman's about to get that 3 count. Here comes Solo or Jimmy. Solo's going to either Samoan spike you or Jimmy's going to super kick you. You're not escaping that fate while the bloodline is around. So, Randy, if you're trying to go for Roman again, you got to take them out, man. I know you can with all your angry.
With all your anger.
Yeah.
With all your anger.
That was seething. Ball Randy, man. That man's a menace.
I need that as a GIF. I really need that seething Randy as a GIF. That was great. All right. Let's go Women's Royal Rumble, because that was the first Rumble of the night. First off, man, let me pull this up, because I got something I to say to at Chainer2111 on 12/15/2022. You tweeted the end of the 4 Horsewomen era of WWE. You said they're not going to win anything ever again. It is going to be Ia, Bianca, Rhea Ripley's time, and they're just done. To my knowledge, Pamela, aka Bayley, is a 4 Horsewoman.
Mm-hmm.
To my knowledge, the L7C podcast picked Bayley to win the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
And she won.
She did?
Yeah. So, and your handle is fuck cancel culture. Well, you should be canceled from speaking wrestling ever again, because you fucking suck. Don't ever tweet any of that garbage ever again. The 4 Horsewomen is here. And I'll say it right fucking now. Next year, Charlotte's winning because she's coming back from injury. And then the year after that, when Sasha Banks comes back, she's winning. So, fuck cancel culture. Cancel your wrestling takes. But Jacob, what do you like about the Women's Royal Rumble?
What did I like about it?
Sir.
Fucking Bayley. What a goddamn workhorse. That fucking girl, dude, I'm not sure how she's moving today, because she put that goddamn Royal Rumble on her fucking back and carried that entire motherfucker. So many goddamn people just sitting in the corner, this heavy fucking breathing. Bayley is fucking working spots the entire fucking Rumble.
Bayley was in there for 1 hour and 3 minutes and 3 seconds. That broke the record. And you want to talk about workhorses of the Rumble? The woman right in front of her, which was in there for 1 hour and 2 minutes and 18 seconds, was the return, which we called, of Naomi. So the number 2 and 3 people were in there for over an hour. Talk about Naomi. First day back at WWE, you got to wrestle in the Rumble for an hour. Like your first day back.
Okay.
She looked good doing it too.
And number, who else?
No,
I just want to get to the other ones. And Bianca was third most in there. She was almost in there for 50 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Hot take. Naomi looked like shit in that Rumble.
Oh.
I didn't think she looked fucking good at all. Fucking from the goddamn first Hurricanrana she fucking attempted to throw. What even the fuck was that shit? And listen, I get it. I'm fucking 6 foot, 275 pounds. I'm not throwing a goddamn Hurricanrana. I have no fucking first world talk about this
You're
shit.
6 foot?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That being said, I ain't fucking throwing a goddamn Hurricanrana, but goddamn, dude. That shit with her and fucking Natalia. And inflation has went up so much over the past couple of years, but somehow Natalia's $1 value has somehow fucking decreased.
Oh my god.
God damn. Fucking. All right, no, we're talking about the good shit. We're talking about the good shit. Like,
well, it's all fine. I was just naming the 3 who were in the longest: Bayley, Naomi, and Bianca. But before we because I do want to get to Cedric and see how he prepared for this. He said this before anyone else. Jacob Mason, Jordan Grace came in actually pretty early. She came in at number 5. You said it was going to happen. The other was on last week. We're like, just because we thought Mickie James, a legend. We didn't think they'd get someone really no WWE ties really at all. She came in at number 5. You were right, man. First one to call that on all wrestling shit. Major props, bro.
Thank you. We need to fucking timestamp that fucking shit, because when I first heard the goddamn sign, I'm just like, motherfucker. I'm like, that sounds like fucking Scott Steiner's fucking theme song. I'm like, wait a second, fucking that's like Jordan Grace's fucking. I'm like, just fucking Jordan Grace, dude. I was popping like a motherfucker in this household, and I was going off. I was just like, because right before the Rumble, I seen one place do a throw out a post and said allegedly Jordan Grace is backstage tonight, and I'm like, man, if that's real, motherfucker, I called this fucking shit.
You did. On to number 5. And she did really well. I mean, we watched it together. She went out like a ball. Bianca Belair hit that KOD out there. I was like, God damn. I was like, but that's how you eliminate TNA champ. That's how you do it, though.
That was the best spot of that entire fucking Rumble. Spot-wise, that KOD on the outside of the fucking ropes. Holy fuck, that looks so fucking good. Naomi, take note.
Oh no. So, Cedric, obviously, I mean, got you on here too because you picked Bayley to win. And you did say, you said it there, you're like, hey, I listened to the L7C podcast and all that stuff. So, also, a side note before we get to Cedric's thing, for all the other people who think we don't know what we're talking about, you could just look at our Royal Rumble winners, and we have been right literally almost every time. We've been right every time on this podcast. So, just saying. But Cedric, go on. You're picking Rumbles? Like, how are you picking? Like, did you ever not want to pick Bayley or?
Nah, I wanted to pick Bayley. So I listen to the podcast, right? Mm-hmm. Which, if you're in our thing, and the people who don't listen to the podcast, you're a fucking idiot. You should listen to the podcast. The people who win the belt the most are here telling you who to fucking pick. So why wouldn't you listen to the podcast? That's just my take on that. Secondly, so like, oddly enough, I listen to podcasts. Mm-hmm. I listen to podcasts like Bayley. I was like, well, I mean, that'd be a great story. Bayley loves to betray people, so that'd be fucking great if she wins. Mm-hmm. Because Io Sky is currently holding a belt. That'd be really good story-wise. And then I also, scrolling through Twitter or X, saw her have a post like a promotional video, like a full-on promotional video. And I don't watch enough wrestling to know. It's like, well, she showed up on my thing for Royal Rumble after liking the L7C post of the thing. No one else that was participating big name had a big video post thing talking about the history. I'm like, fuck it, let's go Bayley. Like, she's gonna win. Like, they said they're gonna win. There's this thing on Instagram saying, like, well, she's putting it out there, all her history and stuff. So I'm like, I feel pretty safe in picking Bayley. Now, when she came out at number 3, I was really scared because I'm like, now what are you guys doing? Like, don't you trick me, WWE? Don't you fuck me over, script writers? But then when she ended up saying it, I'm like, shit, she has a chance. And then when she won, I was like, yes, fuck yeah. And then like 8 other people picked her, and I was like, well, shit.
I just really want to, again, from like Cedric saying to the podcast, because I really want to highlight the things. I already highlighted Jacob saying Jordan Grace. I said a sneaky person to win, Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan was in 2nd place, and she came back. So literally right there. We also said a dark horse, Jade Cargill, who, God, Jesus, I need to get to Tony Khan, but Jade Cargill in her first Royal Rumble was in 3rd place. So our sneaky runner-up, our sneaky dark horses were all in the top 3 and our eventual winner.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Jacob, you watch AEW. Jade was literally presented against the top women in the company in her first match, where she never even got to be presented against the top women in AEW all those years she was there.
Yeah, last night I was bitching at my TV. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you fucking idiot, Tony. You goddamn idiot. Mm-hmm. Why? Because, dude, Jade Cargill finishes top fucking three, eliminates Nia fucking Jax
by herself.
Yeah.
By herself. Fuck.
And she took out Becky.
And she took out fucking Becky.
And Naomi. Like top three people by herself.
She had the stare down with Bianca.
And the stare down with Bianca.
They're both suplexing somebody. That shit was fucking awesome.
Let's be honest here. In 20 minutes, I'm guessing that's how long she was in the Rumble. I'm not sure.
11 minutes, 3 seconds.
All right, fucking 11 minutes. Even better.
Oh, yeah.
In 11 minutes and 3 fucking... Yeah, fucking way to go, buddy. In 11 minutes and 3 seconds, they made Jade Cargill look like a bigger fucking star than Tony Khan did in 3 fucking years. All right, Tony, take fucking notes here, bud, because that is an absolute fucking disgrace. What you did to Jade Cargill and how you let her fucking go. When at the end of the day, he was your fucking solid workhorse, fucking homegrown fucking star. You fucked up. You fucked up, big dog. You've done fucked up.
I still can't believe to this day that she's in WWE. I can't believe Tony messed that up. But go ahead, Byron.
I mean, she looked like Jacob said, she looked like a star, and that's how you make a debut in the Royal Rumble. You go out and dominate. Like, I didn't know if she was going to show up or not, and then I was like, man, we were all talking about who's going to take out Nia, because she had like 8 eliminations, so she tied the record with Bianca and Shayna. They're like, man, we don't know who's going to take her out. Then music comes out. Oh, okay, that's who's going to take out Nia, and then like in I think a minute or 30 seconds, literally threw Nia over the top rope. We're like, all right, we got a star in the making. And great job, Triple H, for the way you booked her.
The Nia thing is crazy. It is, but I really think the more crazier thing is following up with she eliminated Becky Lynch.
Yes.
Who has been at the top, especially the past 5. She took out Becky Lynch. I was thinking, like, all right, it's going to be Bayley who takes her out, 4 horsewomen stuff, yada, yada. But no, they let the newbie do it.
Yeah, that's big props. Big props.
I couldn't believe it, man. Like she really came in here and just freaking dominated. And now, please, Triple H, Liv Morgan and Jade Cargill have to go to Raw. SmackDown does not need those two. They're okay over there. But it was just crazy, man. And like Bayley winning, she eliminated Liv Morgan, who Liv Morgan's now been the final 2 years in a row. So eventually she will break through. But you can tell, and this also goes for talk about him, Braun Breaker. You can tell Triple H is fully in control because the NXT talent, Roxanne, Tiffany, and Braun Breaker in the men's, fantastic debuts in the Rumble. Yeah. You could tell Triple H wanted to make sure Tiffany was in the final. She was in the final 4.
Tiffany looked fucking good.
Yeah.
She looked fucking good because literally we have our friends that we had over, like they watch wrestling anymore, like on the big paper. That's not like they watch. And they were like, who the hell is this? Like, wow, we're just taking advantage of the Barbie movie. Fucking, this is all the fuck we're doing. And literally, like, we're all watching her in the fucking room. We're like, holy shit, she is fucking on fire.
It's okay. Patrick didn't know who she was. So
I still want to know. I sent this out in the group chat. Who the hell is Ivy League or what?
Ivy Nile. She's with what's that group called? Jacob Casper and his brother. In mine. He's like their third person.
Is she NXT?
No, because they got called up to the main roster like a couple months ago.
Oh, goddamn. Yeah, no, I had no idea who the fuck she was. And I'm the quote unquote wrestling expert. I had no idea.
But they were, and these are like still in NXT, like Roxanne, Tiffany. So they'll probably be the first 2 caught up when the time arises. But they both look really good. Tiffany eliminating Roxanne, perfect, because, they've had beef in NXT all this time. So you can keep that going. And I mean, and then Bayley eliminated Tiffany. Like, these are NXT women in like the final 6. Triple H presented them well, man. Like, he really did. And also it shows, and we talk about all the time on this, how deep this women's roster is, because obviously there's living legends who are in this. I mean, Becky, she's a 4-horse, she's a living legend. Bayley, all that stuff. They did not have to call any legends back for this. These are all people who wrestle consistently, unless you want to count. The only special one was Jordan, but they didn't have to make any calls, man. That's how deep this women's division is. And there's still people still on the pipeline coming back, like a Carmella, and Alexa Bliss has already posted stuff. She's working out to come back. Like, Charlotte wasn't even there because she's hurt. Like, Jacob, this division's too deep, man.
Dude, what do you do a women's division, my guy?
It's just crazy. And then also, too, which I've watched these Royal Rumbles for almost 20-some years, and the smallest quality of life things, you're like, why the hell have they never done it? Those tickers where they were showing the longest people in there, the smallest quality of life thing, but it's so good.
It's
awesome. The only reason why I could think they would do that now is because Kevin Dunn got fired. That's the only explanation I have.
That was dope. That was dope. Like, all that stuff. But nah, women's one, it's all balled out. No legends needed. All main roster women. So that was fantastic. So the men were the main event. Before it happened, I said Jey Uso's got to come out like number 1 because you got to get the crowd rocking. And then that happened. I was like, oh, what if it's going to be Jey and Jimmy? Then Jey and Jimmy got to come out 1 and 2. So I was like, oh, man, what's going to be a good time? But this men's one, too, we called Andrade coming back. Besides that one, and Pat McAfee doing his little thing. But Jacob, this whole Royal Rumble, again, the men's, no legends needed.
No legends needed. Like, honestly, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it right now. You know who impressed me the fucking most in this Royal fucking Rumble?
Who?
Braun fucking Breaker.
Yes,
that motherfucker, dude, came out. Might as well have been just straight up covered in gasoline and thrown a match on, because that motherfucker was on fire. The entire fucking match until he got eliminated. God damn. Throwing fucking the most hellacious fucking spears. Dude, that dude fucking killing it. Fucking killing it. Like, good for Braun fucking Breaker.
Crazy. Cedric, obviously, the title of the last podcast that came out was For Someone's Story to Finish, so another one has to die. Is it going to be Punk, Cody, or Dwayne? Because, like, Dwayne was coming all through all this stuff. How did you decide who you were picking for the men's Rumble?
Honestly, I picked Cody because it was either going to be Cody or Punk. Mm-hmm. I'm a Rock fan, but I'm like, yeah, Rock, he's not coming for this. Like, he's not trying to get in the Rumble. Like, he's just trying to show up and say, hey, I want a shot at the belt.
Mm-hmm.
And just do it that way. So I knew I wasn't going to pick The Rock. I honestly, like, I almost picked Punk just because I'm like, yeah, CM Punk is back. He hasn't won it in 10 years. Like, he hasn't done anything. Like, he's back. This is his chance. This big pay-per-view, his shot at it. Seth's hurt. He may have to drop the belt. They'll need someone to pick up the belt. Where we have a bunch of different feuds to go with Roman already because he had his own match. And I like, Rhodes wants to finish the story against Roman. So, like, I was like, man, you know, fuck it. This guy, I really do love, like, I started like not even really liking Cody Rhodes that much watching the show with you guys on Mondays and Fridays. But I ended up like, the way this dude honestly like, puts himself out there, like, dude comes to work every fucking day. Whatever storyline, whatever shit you need him to do, he's like, yeah, I'm game, I'm in it. Like, he brings other people into feuds to announce that they have their fucking shots at Bloodline, their fucking shots at Roman Reigns, their fucking shots at belts. Like, the dude honestly helps, like, betters the company. And for that, I was like, you know what? He deserves to have a story finish. Like, I don't even if I'm wrong, fuck it. Like, he deserves to have a story finish one way or another. Like, let this man go. So I'm like, I'm going Rhodes. Like, that's honestly how I ended up picking Cody Rhodes.
Byron, You went other way. You went CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
What made you decide? And we did it. We were talking on. You're like, I gotta write Punk on my sheet. Like, what made you go that way?
Basically because of the things Cedric said. Like, he's came back from the company after 10 years. We found out in the Royal Rumble he came out as 27. That was his like last day 10 years ago, January 27th.
Yep.
So like, oh, maybe it's point signs to Punk, and he's a big draw now since he's came back. So those were like the main reasons why I picked Punk. I was like, maybe they're finally going to give him that main event spot that he wanted 10 years ago. So why not have him win the Rumble? And he didn't, which I'm okay with. I love Cody Rhodes. Hopefully he will finish the story at WrestleMania. And also, can we talk about his promo after
Yes.
Rumble? Because he was speaking some facts. I was like, damn. All right, bro, let's go win this.
Byron, speaking of that, another person, I'm glad you brought that up. Another person I need to bring up. Justin Bazzario from Sports Illustrated. You were probably the reason Sports Illustrated is no longer existing because your article was trash, false, and a whole bunch of lies. You said a couple days ago that Gunter was tapped to win the 2024 Royal Rumble, not Cody Rhodes. In addition, articles cited multiple sources close to WWE head creative Paul Triple H Levesque that claimed Cody Rhodes would not main event in WrestleMania and finish his story. You started to backtrack on that story, but you posted that shit. You got the wrestling war in an uproar, me included, and then Gunter is not in the final two. He gets eliminated. He doesn't win. Cody's main eventing WrestleMania, and you probably don't have a job now because that was a terrible article. So,
yeah, I don't know why he wrote that. Like, trash. I get.
Nah, there's no getting. That was ass.
It was ass.
No.
It was ass.
No.
I'm just saying he maybe picked Gunter because Gunter did go like an hour and minute last year and he's looked dominant. But it was either between Cody, CM Punk, or The Rock.
Byron, he was citing that multiple sources in WWE said, "Oh, Gunter's gonna win."
I don't see.
Hey, man,
when people say
did
multiple sources, I don't know who they're speaking to because most of the time they're wrong.
And he's like, Triple H said, "Oh, this whatever." That was trash. So, man, I'm really, man, Justin, you're getting a lot of things. You got to clip some stuff up for some shorts on the YouTube. You're getting a lot of great stuff. Jacob, got to ask you the AEW question. The two biggest levers of AEW were the final two in the WWE Men's Royal Rumble. How crazy and so what is Cody doing sitting on his couch like, I can't believe this is happening?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know. He just, he's writing up like 37 angry tweets and then deleting it without sending it. And then he just like, no, it's not right. Let me write up another one. No, that's not right. Let me write up another one. Like, that's what I can imagine is going on. I mean, I know AEW had a show last night.
CM Punk's show, Collision. That was supposed to be his show. That's why I almost thought he was going to win because that's a WWE petty move. Have CM Punk win the night of CM Punk's show that's supposed to be Collision.
Right. Yeah, dude. Tony, Matt and Kenny Omega and whoever the fuck else is backstage. I don't fucking know. Dude, y'all. I love y'all. I do. Y'all gotta get your fucking shit together. Y'all gotta fucking make some fucking changes. Y'all gotta make some shit fucking right because you're no longer the fun, new, edgy product that can get away with shit. You need to get your shit together.
And we talked about this last year about like when Cody won. You're like, just think about it. He just came from AEW, won the Rumble's main event against Roman Reigns. If you're someone at AEW, you're just like, okay. Then CM Punk comes back, is in the final two of Royal Rumble. You're just like, wow, they're not treating them like shit for, coming from AEW and coming back. But Jacob, you said the stories. You said Cody, this is the first time someone's went back to back since Stone Cold in the late 90s. And you've obviously you're a historian of this shit. You know how hot you have to be for the Rumble to make you not just a two-time winner, but a back-to-back winner.
A consecutive 2-time winner.
Yeah.
Like that shit's fucking wild. Yeah, I guess the question now, because I mean he was pointing at Roman.
First time we've ever seen that though. That the Rumble winner points at the sign, finds the person, he's like, I ain't waiting. You.
Yeah, I like that. I like how they had Seth in a skybox. I like how they had Roman in a skybox. You know, and shout out fucking Paul Heyman. You know, that man gets a lot of credit and he just deserves even fucking more, because when Cody won and he's pointing up at Roman, like you could see like the fear on Paul Heyman's face. Like that little bit of selling. Always working a fucking angle. Good shit, Paul Heyman. Like I'm here for it. I am very fucking here for it.
And to go off your angle too, Jacob, WWE posted on their Instagram, Roman looks like he's seen a ghost. Roman literally underneath, he said, delete this. He's hilarious.
He is.
And Cody Rhodes, last year he came out in 30-1. This year he literally went 15 up. He was at 15-1. He was in there for 43 minutes. Tell you, man, like we were really calling stuff like I had Jey Uso being the longest in the Royal Rumble. He was in number one. He was in there for 50 minutes. Like there were some people in there. Dominic was in there for 33 minutes.
30 fucking
Gunther was in there for 30 minutes. Obviously Punk 21. Jacob, we talk about it again. He made it to the final four, but we always got to bring him up. Drew McIntyre eliminated by CM Punk.
Yeah. There's a saying for Drew McIntyre. How's that saying go? What's that one saying we always say about Drew?
Right person, wrong time.
Right person, wrong time.
Right person, wrong fucking time. Poor fucking Drew. I keep getting just shit on so fucking much. Like, damn, dude. But listen, you're not out Keaton Cody and you're not out eating Punk currently. It's just not happening. You know? I will say this much. Like, I was shocked. Like, we didn't. I thought we would catch a Rock. I thought we'd catch a Brock. And neither of them were there, and I was really happy about it.
Well, I think TKO and they did the thing with like, Brock, respectfully, you're kind of you're potentially this person, so we can't have you out here today. Because we also didn't talk about how like the Vince came out and Slim Jim said, "Oh, we're out, we're not messing with WWE anymore." Vince resigned completely off the board, everything. Slim Jim's like, "Oh yeah, we're back." I'm like, right, some kind of oh shit, but okay.
we were laughing about it. We were like, dude, you know what needs to happen? Whoever is number 30, they need to come out decked out in fucking all the Slim Jim gear, come out in the Slim Jim fucking car, and that'd be the way to announce Slim Jim's back in the WWE. That would have been fucking hilarious.
Yeah, number 30 was Sami Zayn. I did not expect that. I did expect something like I was like about to hear Rock's music, but I was like, all right, Sami Zayn, he's been gone for a bit, so that's all right. So it's like full-time returners coming back and full-time people winning the Rumble for men and women's. Bayley has a really good picture of her pointing at the sign and everyone else pointing at the sign. And then WWE has a picture of the last four people just sitting there pissed off. The Stephon Diggs for people who watch the NFL, like him standing angry, they did that with that. And Punk, man, I knew as soon as he said, I didn't wait 10 years to lose to Dusty's kid. I was like, okay.
Yes. And then after he hit the pedigree, he looked at the announcer table and said, can you believe I just did that shit?
I was like, okay. But we assume we assume the Damage Control is going to break up. She's going to go after Io. We assume that. We'll see. Unless they're really trying to have Damage Control have all the belts, and we'll see. We know where Cody's going. And we're going to have a month and a half to fully, when that WrestleMania preview comes and the main event happens, we're going to be like, is this part 2? Does he actually do it? Or, we got a time for that.
I hope he does it because that man deserves it. Came back, had some fire matches with Seth. Tore his pec, so he was out. Came back to win the Rumble. Been a workhorse since then. That man, just put the strap on that man. It's time.
I mean, last year we said there's no way he'd lose, and
that's true.
He
That's
lost.
true.
Oh, I do also want to say one thing for people thinking, because obviously we talked about how Vince did a coup d'etat to come back. He can't do that now because he's not the sole, like, he's not the main owner, main share person anymore. So his decision to sell the company ruined his chances of ever coming back during a scandal. Like, he can't just put himself back in power anymore.
Right.
So,
Do you think he's like fucking punching air right now?
yeah. Yeah.
Like, I gotta imagine. He's like, God damn it.
Should just paid the $3 million.
Now, I know, like, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say this now because I think this needs to happen. Because I was on the Mr. I want Brock versus Gunther at Mania. And I've been riding that horse hard.
Yep.
With the current allegations that are currently out. I'm going to just assume Brock, there's a very high chance Brock won't be there. So I'm going to go ahead and say it. Braun Breaker needs to face fucking Gunther.
Oh,
yeah. And honestly, that would be the fucking match because they had that fucking face off yesterday, and like I was just like, fucking let's goddamn go. That's what needs to happen. We need Gunther versus Braun Breaker at Mania for the IC fucking title. That needs to fucking happen.
I wonder what the odds would be on that match.
Ooh.
I wonder what betonline.com would put for that match. Also, like this picture I'm looking at WWE.com, man, with Bianca and Jade looking each other face to face while holding a whole other woman. Like, this is just freaking. Yeah, I can't believe Tony. I'm still floored.
He's Tony. I'm fucked up.
And then Tiffany Stratton had that great spot where she saved herself from elimination by holding onto Bianca Belair's braid.
Yes. That was good. Her move where she does a cartwheel into an Alabama slam, that is impressive as hell. It just looks so smooth and so clean.
That is one of the best Alabama slams I have fucking seen in a long time. That shit is fire.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be very interesting. Cedric pointed out Elimination Chamber. They're going to do some big matches. Logan and Kevin could be part 2. With Rhea Ripley on the cover of it, I'm assuming the winner of the Women's Elimination Chamber is going to face her at WrestleMania, as long as Bayley picks Io. And then, obviously, Seth's one. So it's probably going to be a Raw-centric pay-per-view then.
Yeah.
I could see that. Again, depends on what Bayley, because she's been tweeting that she wants to go after Rhea's title. So we'll see when she officially picks who she's going after.
Yeah, I don't think Cody wastes any time. I think he starts the show tomorrow. He's like, you already know who I pointed at, so let's get this popping.
Yep.
So,
yeah. Also,
go ahead.
Can we talk about R-Truth being the most
hilarious
both Rumbles?
Fucking Truth.
I mean,
he's one of the few people who no main championships. No, he's only main evented one pay-per-view, and that was with John Cena for the title. And he deserves his own. He legit deserves his own wing in the WWE Hall of Fame. His own wing. Because his comedic timing is can't beat it, man.
Came out 24 in the Women's Royal Rumble. Said, "Oh wait, there's all women in there.
Like, this isn't the men's."
Wait, you mean to tell me that's all women in there?
And then to come out in the Men's Royal Rumble as a tag match was absolutely hilarious.
That was so wild. Dominic had to get him the hot tag to come here, and then he's doing the Cena 5 moves of doom. Get everyone hyped with the "you can't see me." Then Gunter chopped his ass.
Well, it was the wrong rope.
We're like, dude, get in the ring. He's like, no, I need the hot tag. I need the hot tag.
And you get like the crowd hype with it too.
Oh yeah, the crowd. He's like, come on.
I do love like the typical R-Truth from backstage with the baseballs. He was like, I'm trying to open up these balls to get a new number. I didn't like my number, so I want to get a new number for my He's like, those are Major League Baseballs. Oh no, I don't play Major League Baseball.
And then he had the thing backstage where he came out. Oh, where the hell is it? Where is it? Where he came out and Adam Pearce is like, I didn't say you could go out there in the Women's Royal Rumble. And then R-Truth's like, what happened to your hair? And then obviously Pearce is like, that was Nick, the GM for SmackDown. But then he's like, that was Nick. Then R-Truth is like, wait, Nick Mysterio? Like, dominant.
Adam Pearce says, man, I need a drink. And R-Truth says, oh, it's too early for that, dog.
I mean, I will say this much. I did feel really bad for goddamn Sarah Rowe, now known as Valhalla. Give her more than fucking 2 seconds. Like Santino Marella, her ass. What the fuck is this shit?
Yeah,
I did feel bad for her, but I'm a fan of her. So
then Jacob, for you too, man, a moment in history, like in the back with like Rhea and Jordan taking pictures together with their titles. That's what the shit's all about, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Everyone's showing the love. I fucking love it, man.
Now they do need to do that for the women. If you're gonna have the men in the sky boxes, you need to do that for the women's one too.
I was thinking the same thing. Like if the women don't have matches, put them in the skybox. Let the Royal Rumble.
They had them in the backstage though.
Yeah, they had them in the backstage.
I agree. Like have them out there in the skybox because like, well, no, like. Because at least with the men's, we know who wants what.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess for the women's, they're like, we have more ability to have whatever different storylines we have if we don't do it that way.
Right.
That's a good point. That's a really good point, Cedric. But man, and just seeing, like, I'm like, is this really 2024? Like the TNA Impact champ next to like the World Women's champ, like side by side belts and all, and like Triple H making this shit happen? Because obviously this would never happen with Vincent and all that, but shit's crazy, Jacob. We're on the road to WrestleMania, man.
Dude, we are on the fucking road to Mania. I'm excited, man.
I'm scared for our preview. I'm scared for when we preview the shit. I'm not gonna lie, because when we get to that main event, I can't put in my heart to pick Cody, man. Like this hurts because I don't want to get hurt again. Like I'm not gonna lie. I've never been that angry at a wrestling match, probably since The Rock beat John Cena. Like, I have not been that mad ever since then.
It is wrestling. That's what we do. We get angry. We get depressed. It is a whole entire emotional tornado. And you know what? Cody Rhodes finishes the story. That's my pick right now. He's finishing the goddamn story. Let's fucking go, Cody.
So is Solo going to get lost at the airport?
You know what?
No.
Is Jimmy having a baby? That'd be the only reason I could see him not showing up.
Honestly, I think Cody's going to Cody's got to look deep into himself and look deep into the past. And he's going to pull out a Glock fucking Anderson.
Excuse me?
No, now get your ass in the fucking back or I'm fucking shoot you at this point.
I thought you were just going to say he has to go deep in his past and ask Randy to just go kick those two in the head to take him out for him as a big bro.
That would be good. That would be hype.
But
especially, you know, would be hype about that. Let's say Cody does do that. Yeah, we're going to do a little fucking previewing of the fucking the Mania episode right now. Little prediction view.
We don't even know who Randy's fighting though.
No, it doesn't matter. Picture this. Just picture this. We go with your idea here.
Mm-hmm.
Randy Orton punts the living shit out of Solo and Jimmy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say they're taken out. Cody finishes the story.
Mm-hmm.
Cody beats Roman Reigns, and the confetti, and the fireworks, and the explosions are all happening. And out comes Cody's friend, Randy Orton, and he's hugging him. Good job, my friend. Good job. Hitting RKO. Roman's now taken out. He's going to take some time off. You now have your next chapter of your story. Randy's now going after Cody.
I'll add more spice.
Let's add spice.
More spice to make it hell. Because maybe they like him, Cody, so much as a chaser. Damian cashes in. Briefcase is still in play, boys.
Yeah, he's has till June or whenever Money in the Bank is.
If they want heat, get heat. You thought last year's review was bad? Don't get me started on what this year's one would be. But that
would it piss you off?
I am not staying up
Damien
6 hours
in?
to watch Damian Priest in my TV screen at midnight. Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, then Damian's doing his job.
He better go cash in on CM Punk and Seth. Don't do that shit on Sunday night. Take that shit to Saturday. Bro, WWE needs some they need some ass matches on Saturday because I'm tired of them giving Saturday all the good shit.
They really do be having Sunday.
Let Damian Priest go end Saturday night. Trash ass. I actually like him. He's all right. I actually do. Yeah, he's probably due because Bad Bunny beat him this year. But just real quick note. Bianca and Montez Ford's show is going to be coming out on February 2nd. This is going to be like a Total Divas type thing. Like Jacob said, a long time ago, Jacob said Total Divas and all that got a whole bunch of women into wrestling and all that. This is going to do the same because Bianca Belair and Montez are hilarious.
Yep.
Yeah.
So with that being said, thank you everyone for being on listening to the L7C podcast. Cedric, thanks for hopping on. The new champ. Love it. It's kind of great how correlation WrestleMania is in Philadelphia and Cedric is a Philadelphia Eagles fan and he's the champ going into WrestleMania in Philly. It's fantastic. We will be back. We'll definitely probably be back before WrestleMania. It's really up to Jacob. If there's something that he really wants to talk about, we'll figure it out. If we really want to build a super Omega episode for WrestleMania, but it's wrestling. Someone's gonna fuck up, and we'll be back way before then.
Give it another 3 minutes. We'll have another big Vince McMahon accusation as soon as we end the podcast.
But with that being said, L7C podcast, congratulations, Cody, Bayley, and our own Cedric Ware winning the Royal Rumble events. Signing out.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the L7C podcast. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.